Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Orlando Magic tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the Lakers' amazing comeback in the second half, where led by LeBron James with the shooting efforts and just everything across the board when it came down to the Lakers win over the Orlando Magics tonight. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff, and of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ZSPN. I'll leave the links to my social media sites in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you will know when I upload on this channel. Much appreciated. So guys, let's just get right into it. I mean, with the Los Angeles Lakers getting a win over the Orlando Magic, it was supposed to be a easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers to take, and obviously they achieved it. It was an easy matchup for them to get, even though they struggled a bit in the first half. The shooting efforts from the Los Angeles Lakers is what really sealed the Lakers' win over the Orlando Magic. And I have to say, we really had to commend the leadership and the greatness from LeBron James, who, just, I don't know, he went Steph Curry in the third quarter with going nothing but threes. And, it was kind of like a cycle for the rest of the Lakers to do the same with THT and, Carmelo Anthony and I believe Avery Bradley at one point. So when it came down to it, the shooting efforts from the Lakers really was the game changer for the Lakers to really take a lead in the third quarter in a huge way. I believe they were up by, I might be mistaken, I think they were up by 20 points at one point. So when it came down to it, I mean, the Lakers just really wanted to get this win. And, it was supposed to be a must-win type of scenario. They showed up, and it all had to do with LeBron James, who averaged a triple-double out there tonight. And when it comes down to it, he had 30 points and 11 rebounds and 10 assists. And I believe he went 3 of 7 from the three. When it comes down to it, guys, I mean, LeBron James, he just said, you know what, give me the ball. I'm going to make the shots go in. And obviously, it did go in the second half. It didn't really work out for him in the first half, but it did in the second half. So no harm, no foul when it comes to LeBron James in that particular area of his expertise to make the shots go in at the three. So even though LeBron James is not well known for being a solid shooter or an elite shooter, he is a solid shooter. So obviously we've been seeing that throughout this season so far. And, it really works in hand when it comes to the Lakers getting a lead or just gaining some momentum in certain games and certain situations in the second half. That's where it matters most, when LeBron James really lets it up when it comes to shooting. So we have to commend on the greatness from LeBron James. He really put on the show and really helped the Lakers turn the game around when they were down by 3 points when it came to the end of the first half in the second quarter. So, we really have to commend on the greatness of LeBron James for really turning this game around. And, long live the king, I have to say, really stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers out there tonight. So great job for the king. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad tonight, I mean, Anthony Davis is once again is out due to, I believe he's still dealing with some soreness or something. But, I have to say, when it comes down to it, the rest of the Lakers tonight stepped up in his place. And, they were playing against the Orlando Magic. So obviously his services was not really that needed when it comes to facing another, worse team in the NBA. And obviously the rest of the Lakers stepped up tonight with Russell Westbrook having 19 points. His his efforts was really needed. Obviously, we kind of witnessed some of his you know, uh, playmaking and, also some scoring on his part when it comes to the second half. And guys, just in general, I mean, the Lakers really turned things around when it came to the second half. With LeBron James leading the way, it was kind of a cycle. Some players stepped in and wanted to be on the fun side when it comes to how LeBron was playing tonight. So obviously, they stepped up in their own right, and Russell Westbrook was in that conversation where he just went out there and just helped out the Lakers in the third quarter in the second half. So we have to commend on his solid performance out there tonight. 19 points, so great job out there for Russell Westbrook. And then same goes for THT. He also had 19 points. And, when it came down to it, he really joined in on LeBron James with the shooting efforts out there tonight. And, it was just nothing but threes for him also in the second half. So, it was kind of like a switch. I mean, I was very surprised how the Lakers, with the help of LeBron James, just decided to, make the shooting efforts be well known at Staples, or excuse me, even though it is still Staples, but they're going to change it to Crypto.com Arena. So I'm probably going to get used to it. So bear with me, guys. But I will still think of it as Staples. But maybe down the line, a couple of years, I'll get used to saying cryptoarena.com or crypto.com arena. So, at the stadium out there tonight, when it came down to it, the Lakers just decided to put on a show for Laker fans, and, they delivered on that. And, THD just joined on the fun with making threes of his own. So, a solid night for THT out there tonight. And then when you look at the rest of the Lakers, I mean, Avery Bradley also was joining in also when it came to shooting threes. I believe he only made 1 3, but, his defensive side, his defensive efforts was well known out there tonight, and especially when it came to the second half. But also, he wanted to join on the fun, and, obviously made some threes of his own. So, in general, I'm like a cycle here, excuse me, but what I have to say, the shooting efforts was, phenomenal when it comes to the Lakers out there in the second half, and they just really changed the scope of how to win this game. And, it was just a great effort from the Los Angeles Lakers when it came down to it. So great job out there for the starting lineup, and, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, THT, Avery Bradley, and even Dwight Howard on the defensive side. So, and I forgot how much he scored. I think he scored 6 points. I might be mistaken with Avery Bradley's, but he was there when it comes to defensively, and we saw that amazing block that at one point hit someone. I forgot who was the player, but he hit a player's face with the ball with that block, and his glasses that he was wearing, those protective glasses, were knocked out of his face. I mean, the lens. I mean, that was just an amazing block from Dwight Howard, and LeBron James going on that fun and just being LeBron. So obviously when it came down to it, I mean, Dwight Howard on the defensive side really stepped up for the Lakers tonight, and that's why he deserves to be in the starting lineup, because he earned the role at the center position in the starting lineup, and he's making his efforts known when it comes to stepping up for the Lakers on the defensive side in the starting lineup. So a solid performance for Dwight Howard on the defensive side. Excuse me. And then when we talk about the bench for quick, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony really stepped up when it came to Also making a three in the second half in the third quarter. I believe it was like maybe like couple of minutes left into the third quarter. Left in the third quarter where he just made a three of his own and just really extended the Lakers' lead after that, and going 13 points, and I believe he went 3 of 5 from the three. So slowly we're starting to see Carmelo Anthony being a huge presence when it comes to helping the Lakers making some shots go in, and we've been seeing that since the beginning of the regular season. But lately, for the past couple of games, we haven't seen a lot of effort from him on the shooting side, and giving us an average around like 8 to 10 points a game. But honestly, when it comes down to it, hopefully, Carmelo Anthony, we'll see more out of him when it comes to him shooting for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. Then secondly, when it comes to the more on the bench side, Austin Reeves also making threes of his own and really contributing to the Lakers. And when it comes down to it, I want to see more. I want to see more out of Avery Bradley. Austin Reeves moving forward when it comes to him having a bigger role for off the bench, and potentially being like the seventh or the sixth man if somehow Carmelo Anthony doesn't have if he has an off night. I just want to see Austin Reeves step up for the Lakers, because we need that youth, and we need that the speed and his athleticism, and also just the offensive side, because it's really needed when it comes down to the Lakers getting some help from the bench. And even though we have Malik Monk and Wayne Ellington, those guys didn't really step up for the Lakers as of late. But when it comes to Austin Reeves, slowly he's gained the trust back from Frank Vogel after being out due to a hamstring injury. So obviously he's working his way back to where he was supposed to be, and obviously being that seventh man that really needs to help out the Lakers in the second unit. So he had a solid night out there for Austin Reeves. So I have to say, guys, overall, really, the Los Angeles Lakers, they really turned things around. And as I mentioned, with the shooting efforts from the second half, leading with LeBron James, who, was just, as I said, going Steph Curry when it comes to making those threes for the Los Angeles Lakers in the third quarter in the second half. So really turned things around. Average day triple-double out there tonight. And once LeBron was doing that, the rest of the Lakers just joined in on the fun, making threes of their own, and just playing very good defensively, and just went on the offensive mode also, and just delivered a win for the Los Angeles Lakers. And obviously, when it comes all said and done, guys, I mean, hopefully this will be a turning point for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward, and just really can't wait for the Lakers to finally learn how to play with each other and just gaining some rhythm, the chemistry, and we can start finally seeing the Lakers win, easy winnable games like the Orlando Magic's, the OKC Thunder type of matchups, and hopefully the Lakers start to win games moving forward with conviction and obviously with consistency and effort moving forward. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel. Please give me your thoughts about the Lakers turnaround in the second unit, where they just lit it up with shooting and just showing a lot of efforts on the offensive side. Who do you think really changed the scope of the Lakers' win over the Orlando Magic? Obviously, we're going to go directly to LeBron James, who really turned it around for the Los Angeles Lakers. But who do you really think was also, that kind of sidekick for LeBron James to really turn things around? Was it THT? Was it Russell Westbrook? Maybe Carmelo Anthony or Austin Reeves, or maybe Avery Bradley? I mean, one of those guys. Or maybe Dwight Howard with his defensive side. helping LeBron James just gain some momentum on the offensive side. So please, guys, give me your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. And guys, once again, like all of my social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at ZSPN. And of course, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.